Okay, so the other day I made a video about the Laurence Fox controversy over the remarks he made about Ava Santina.
Show me a single self-respecting man that would like to climb into bed with that woman, ever.
And I touched on briefly, I touched on. I hate it when people say that. I touched on briefly. I mentioned that I don't really care if people are offended by what Laurence Fox said. That's their problem. If you're offended by what somebody says, well, go and cry in a corner somewhere, quietly. My problem with what Laurence Fox said was how bloody cringe it was.
An incel who wasn't a cucked little incel.
Laurence Fox is a total pick me. Like I said, I probably agree with Laurence Fox on a lot of things, and I think on a given subject he's probably very often on the correct side, right? In my opinion. But most of the time when he's speaking, it just sounds like a vacuous diatribe full of buzzwords whose only aim is to ingratiate himself with conservatives.
That little woman has been fed, spoon-fed oppression day after day after day after day, starting with the lie of the gender wage gap.
Every time Laurence Fox opens his mouth, the only thing that it achieves is a few people sitting at home watching him sort of go on, Laurence, tell it how it is. And another group of people see clips of him online and go, oh, misogyny, it just makes me feel so impotent. Yeah, in more ways than one, limp dick. What does that achieve? It doesn't entertain me. It might entertain me to watch those other people reacting to him. The morons. He doesn't. Sorry. And I also touched on how I thought GB News were a bit cringe for suspending Laurence. And then Dan Wootton for what? For laughing?
What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
What did he do?
Get your hand off my penis!
And then Calvin Robinson, what's going on there? Poor Calvin. But enough about those dickheads. I am kidding. I have nothing against any of those people. I think it's high time the other side of this whole debacle got the Daniel Boland treatment.
Who's Daniel Boland?
First of all, I think most people who have heard and watched any news in the last few days will know what happened to you on another television station.
God, Jeremy, what a serious tone. Did somebody have unprotected sex?
I don't use condoms! This is a story that GB News chiefs hold emergency talks.
Ha! Gay!
As Channel fights for his future, its future in the Mail this morning.
Do you want me to explain that story, or is it?
Ooh, snidey.
Fucking knob.
They're on your side here.
Who'd want to shag that?
I would never, you know, I wouldn't, you know, we're mates.
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite make out what you said there, Jeremy.
Is it
whatever, I would never, you know, I wouldn't, you know, we're mates. I mean, whatever you want to say.
Jeremy Kyle, what a little bitch you've become. I don't want to, I would never, you know, we're mates, whatever you want to say. Gone are the days when you bullied the yobbos to death, eh, Jeremy?
You were a useless father, a pretty useless...
You know, I don't know too much about it. I mean, I think that they acted swiftly last week by suspending them, and I look forward to seeing what they do next.
Oh, very passive-aggressive, eh? I'm just glad they acted swiftly. And I look forward to seeing what happens next.
I really have little to say about it, mostly because I don't think that Fox is worth me giving him any oxygen.
In a shocking turn of events, left-wing grifter Ava Santina has revealed how she fantasises about suffocating right-wing grifter Laurence Fox.
And again, it's really not about me. It's about women in general, and I just think about how we're speaking about women on broadcast. I think most people know that that's not acceptable, and I can't imagine it'll be happening again.
And I don't think it'll be happening again.
You're right, fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Good for you. Ed?
Okay, Ed, other man on the panel, what do you think? You're not quite as white a knight as I am, I don't think. No, women have got no greater ally than Jeremy Kyle. I hope you're not having unprotected sex, Ed.
Well, I agree. Absolutely.
This is exactly what is wrong with the Conservative Party. This is it. They can't just admit that when they hear conversations like this, their brain switches off and they start thinking about how to make money again. That's all they do. They're conservatives at heart. They're people that like things to be smart and in order. And when people start talking about how their feelings hurt and stuff, their lizard brain kicks in and they're just like, how could I kill everyone here if I needed to survive? There's nothing against conservatives. It's just the way their brain works. He doesn't care. Look at him in his suit. I agree. Absolutely. The Conservatives have got their finger on the pulse of the nation, and whatever the zeitgeist says, we are 100% hey, okay, down with the kids. Just say you don't give a toss. Like I do! You should make me the leader of the Conservative Party. So annoying the way politicians can't just be honest. The same way as the left should just come out and say, we don't really like people having too much money, it makes us jealous. We studied really hard for our degrees. I don't like it when some yobbo from a council estate becomes a plumber and earns 70 grand a year. It makes us really sad. I'm talking about the politicians, by the way, not you fine people who follow me. Whether you're left-leaning or right-leaning, your intentions are pure. I know that.
Look, I don't necessarily think GB News should close down. I think what Lawrence Fox did was obviously outrageous, and Dan Wootton, I think, looked like he was enabling it. And on any station, that would be called out. Ofcom is investigating, and there would be appropriate action against the people responsible. But I think a bit like what Ava says about giving Fox publicity, I think you distract when you say, well, GB News must close down. What you want, a proper broadcasting standard.
Oh, God, what has become of me? Sitting here talking to these fucking idiots about fucking nothing. Oh, God, won't it just end?
I completely agree. It's difficult for both ladies here to speak about this. It's difficult for both ladies here to speak about this. It's difficult for everybody, but this is difficult for everybody. But
no one died.
But I'll tell you what I think. You talk about broadcasting standards. I think this is an absolute example of channels who put commentators who are not broadcasters in a position of, national... They're there and...
Oh, spit it out, Jeremy, you big professional broadcaster, you. I see how it is. You don't like the meritocracy, do you? Only professionals should be where I am, says the man who psychologically tortured third-class citizens for about a decade on national television. You're not a psychologist. Graham might have been Graham the genius. But you're not, Jeremy. If you can pose as a mental health expert on TV for about 10 years, then I don't know why Loza Fox can't have a nice little chat with Dan Wootton from time to time on GB News. It's not even comparable.
Position of, national... They're there and they get shown up. And I just want to say one thing as a mate. I thought you conducted yourself with real dignity. And, we're probably not the same politically, but we're absolutely the same in what's respectful and what isn't, and fair play to you. And I think the way you've handled it is...
incredible.
Beyond
because you're
impressive.
Absolutely spot on. It's not about you. You weren't even there. You weren't, you became the story, but you weren't there by choice. It could have been any other woman.
This is the best bit of the whole video. It could have been any of us. It could have been our daughters, our mothers. I can't... Fuck off!
But you weren't there by choice. It could have been any other woman, and I'm glad that you've been able to handle it in the way that you have, and I just hope that you're being supported as well.
And please continue to shout at me about my political views. I enjoy that.
And please continue to get wound up by my incendiary comments and patronising looks. Because that, after all, is how I make my money. Rage-baiting people into watching me. Well, I've had a lovely time again, so thank you to Talk TV. Really are a mixed bag over there, aren't they? They've got an interesting lineup. And Jeremy Kyle, we need to focus more on Jeremy Kyle. He's got some dark... I won't say anything. I don't want to get cancelled. I don't want to be the next Loza Fox, eh? Who'd want to shag that? Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, remember to like, share, subscribe. It doesn't hurt. It won't hurt if you press the like button. That really helps me. Okay? And leaving comments. Leave all your incendiary comments under here. Not too incendiary, mind. YouTube don't like that. Interact with me. Play with me. Share the video all over the intranet at work. And if people don't get it at first, you tell them, No, it grows on you, Daniel. Daniel Boland really grows on you. It's a thing that you give it time and it grows on you. It grows. I grow on you, don't I? Like a flower on a wall, like a clematis, a honeysuckle, right? I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.